Got it. Got it. And got it. All righty, y'all. I'm still screen sharing. Look at that. Let me start the screen share here. So you guys can see.
I was like, man, we really just jumping right on in and ain't.
I know, right?
Skip the introduction. Let's get right to it.
You're hilarious. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazil Bey. Here in Morocco at Northwestern Mexico. How are you? And I am here with my magnificent and beloved brother in whom I am well pleased, and he is.
Yo, what's up? What's happening? Yo soy Hermano Shanley Mill. You already know that all is well, and yo, bro, you know, this is like one of my favorite parts. Every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What was that other appellation? I just
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. I'd like to welcome you to our 7-day tropical medical astro weather report, as we do every Wednesday. Guys, go to 7hillstar.com and sign up for our email list if you haven't, so you can receive that email every Thursday morning. Alrighty, for you guys that sign up worldwide. Alrighty, you'll get it at approximately 0900 Eastern. Alrighty, so about 9 anti-meridian Eastern is when you receive that email. So adjust your time zones accordingly. Alrighty, for when you expect to receive that. All right. And guys, we're going in. Like, let me just go and share. Right. Let's just do this screen share here and bring up the calendar for you guys so you can see that we are. Let's go right there. Boom, shakalaka. All right, and we're going over our 7 Hill Star Astro calendar from March 2023 to February Pisces 2024. Quote, time never was when man was not, end quote. And we are quoting El Hajj, Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, doing religious corporate activity, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All right. And we are going right here, right? Looking at the moon cycle, right? The month. It has the air sign Gemini, the twins, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Mercury, as well as within this same moon cycle, same month called June, right? We have the water sign Cancer, all righty? The crab, anciently and contemporarily ruled by the moon, right? It's interesting because Cancer and Leo are the only 2 signs that have ruling celestial bodies that go retrograde not, all right, from Earth's perspective, from those of us here observing on Midgard, Earth plane, Asha. So here's June 2023, and guys, we're going over the 8th through the 14th, right? So on the 8th, all right, I'll be kicking it off. It is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, for Thursday. And that will be 2 testimonies that you guys see I have for the 8th while Luna is transiting Aquarius, as it says there. The 9th, Brother Sean Aline L will go in on those 4 transits and 1 lunar ingress, right? So he has a moon void, of course. Brother Sean will be letting you guys know about not transacting for those 5 hours and 50 minutes that Luna is void, of course. For Saturn Day, right? Saturn Day, we have on the 10th, right? 2 testimonies. I have the 3rd quarter moon while the moon or Luna continues to transit Pisces, all right? Then on the 11th, Brother Sean has one of the shortest lists ever. No, guys, he has about 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 different testimonies to give, right? 6 of them are aspects. 3 of them are ingresses. However, just a little editorial on the fly. We got a few things that we wanted to adjust. I know it says that Pluto will retrograde ingress into, will do its retrograde ingress into Capricorn. It says 0500 hours and 35 minutes. However, I did the calculation because you guys know I'm a stickler for accuracy. All righty. And it's actually taking place as soon as it goes from, apparently from our perspective here on Earth, goes from 0 degrees 0 minutes in Aquarius to 29 degrees, 59 minutes Capricorn. And that takes place at about 0500, 46:46. So about 46 minutes, 46 seconds after 0500 hour. All righty. So that's 5:46:46 anti-meridian Eastern when we see Pluto go from 0 degrees Aquarius, 0 minutes, to 29 degrees Capricorn, 59 minutes, 29 degrees Capricorn, 59 minutes. Forgive me. The next thing we wanted to see, there's a 33-second discrepancy, right? And I know it says there that Mercury ingresses Gemini before going trine to Pluto. However, if Pluto's retrograding back into Capricorn, right, then we have to actually see Mercury trine Pluto before Mercury ingresses the air sign, because it's Mercury's finishing up its transit in an Earth sign, which is Taurus. All righty. So what happens first is Mercury is going to trine Pluto at 0500 hours, 25 minutes and 52 seconds Eastern. And then 33 seconds later, at 0500 hours, 26 minutes and 25 seconds, we will see Mercury ingress Gemini. All righty. And then Brother Sean has the second void of course moon taking place here, where after Luna is sextile Pluto, right? Because Pluto still technically, because it's in that Earth sign. So Luna will be finishing up his transit in Pisces before ingressing Aries. And that's going to take place at 0900 hours, 19 minutes and 56 seconds to be exact. I know that the calendars have rounded times. So it says 9:20, and then it's like, whoa, still at 9:20? No, it's actually, you'll see Luna Luna sextiling, 60-degree aspect to Pluto at 0900 hours, 19 minutes and 56 seconds. And then at 0900 hours, 20 minutes and 13 seconds, which is 17 seconds after, you will see Luna ingress Aries. All right. So just wanted to explain what you guys are seeing there. All right. And Brother Sean is going to give you all the brave heart testimonials there. For the 12th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. While Luna's now now transiting actually Aries, I'll have those two testimonies. Then for the 13th, Brother Sean Alim L has the third moon void of course. Look at that, Brother Sean's got all the void of course moons, guys. Right? So he's going to give you all the Braveheart testimonies for that. And it's only going to be approximately 4 minutes, void of course. So the longest void of course is taking place Holy Day for about 5 hours.
4 minutes.
Right? That Avant. All I get is 4
minutes. Say what I gotta say. I do and I gotta do. If I had 4 minutes.
You're hilarious, bro. So yeah, for about approximately 4 minutes, that Luna's void of course after Brother Sean gives his testimony for lunar quartile Pluto, which is moon square Pluto. And then Luna will ingress its exaltation sign, Taurus. All right. And last but not least, I will give these 4 testimonies for the 14th June 2023, and we will be complete with giving our flash testimonies. All righty, guys. So trust we can get this done in under an hour and a half. Last Wednesday, we got our 7-day tropical medical astro weather report complete in 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 39 seconds to be exact. All right. So we're going to see how we do this Woodens Day, right? So, Brother Sean, let me go and share over here. Who we got in the chat, man? Let me go and check the chat myself, right? Let's go and chickadee check, right? Chickadee chizek the chat and see if anyone has joined us yet. You know, if you have, you have it. If you haven't, you haven't. So, see who. All righty, it's 6. You guys here. 3 that have commented. Brother Derek Blash Day says, peace, everyone. Islam. Peaceful greetings to you also, Brother Derek. Mary.
Peace.
All right. Mary Bagnashi. She says grand rising. Hey, Mary, grand rising to you also. It's always a grand rising somewhere, right? Sometime zone, right?
And
It's
also
always
a
a
grand
grand
closing
rising point.
somewhere.
What'd you say?
I said it's also a grand closing somewhere.
Yeah, I know, right? Grand opening, grand closing, right?
Closing.
A grand setting, right? Grand rising, grand setting, right? Oh, it's 10 of you guys in here. Okay, pardon me, it updated. Okay, so 10 of you guys. Hey, hey. Right? I'm just saying, I said 6 at first, all right? It's 10 of you guys. Great. Brother 7, Judah Bilal Bay says, Islam to you more. Derek Blash Bay says, say it, Brother Sean. Jen V says, peaceful greetings, brothers Sean and Hassan, and everyone. Indeed, peaceful greetings to you also, Jen V. All right, so guys, let me go and screen share over here and let's get our flash testimonies on so you can have what it is that you need and looking forward to your 7 days ahead for the 8th through the 14th June 2023. All right, so I'm going to share the screen. Make sure I give my bro the remote control. Okay, you got it this time, bro. I think last time I got the remote control. Like, yeah, you got it this time, bro. All righty, so let me actually go to the next one because we're starting out on the 8th here, right? And let's look at that. I guess I'll do all the editing and stuff on the fly. I won't edit on the fly. We're just going to get through these testimonies and then we'll just share out to everybody to go and see what it is. However, you guys want to share it out for us, share it out to your social media, DM some loved ones, right? In your Instagram, share it to your Facebook, right? Your Twitter, whatever. Just share this link on out. I guess normally I don't, do it, but I guess I could get into the habit, maybe tell you guys, make sure you hit the notification bell here. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, hit the like button. All righty.
I'll say it, bro.
Like it. What'd you say?
Hit the like, hit the share, quit playing. It's like you share all your jokes in there, hit the like and the share. Yeah. And that's that. And that's all.
Islam, bro. All right, guys. Let's get to the fun part, right? Because you guys already know how we like to do it. All right, so let's get it. Brother, I know you have okay, let me change this. Did I? Okay, you already got it. Okay, you already got it. You got it set up for the next one. All righty, Brother Sean's on it, doggone it. All right, so here we go. So sunrise is taking place at 0500 hours, 44 minutes and 50 seconds, or 5:44:50 anti-meridian Eastern. From my perspective here, near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, for the 8th June 2023. So the sun there in Gemini just really lets us know to be creative with our communication, all righty, and be thoroughly creative. Allow yourself to have your imagination come forward. And something that you have to communicate, you want something to be said for people to actually accept it and not reject it. You may have to find yourself being very imaginative, right? Maybe you can look at yourself in the mirror presenting first before you actually present it, or just be very creative in your approach to how you're going to share with those that you intend to communicate with. Because the sun, of course, is ruling the 4th house. So what's going to be thoroughly important is that you make sure you're secure and whomever you're sharing with are secure also. With that, I yield the floor. First testimony is we're having a trine between Luna and the sun, right? Mary says peace and love. And Slim Herman says peace, Islam. Peace and greetings to you also, beloved. All right, so with that being said, right, we are looking at the sun is in the 11th house, right? 17 degrees, Gemini, 31 minutes. Luna is at 17 degrees Aquarius, 31 minutes in the 7th. So between the 7th and the 11th, those are 5 houses, right? So for me, children could be thoroughly here as far as the houses are concerned, because 11 is 5th from the 7th. So we're talking about the creativity to the relationship, and maybe also, those of you that may have some kind of partnering where you're shining a light and communicating to others' children, or maybe you have a daycare, right? Or some at-home community school, right? Maybe you have a Moorish community of your own. We know one is going to happen, very soon in the future. Like, there are other beings that have, their synagogues and schools, right? So for those that are sincere Moorish Americans, and you have temple and school, even at home, right? And say you are one who help and assist to care for others' children. What I actually see here with Mercury there in the 11th, ruling over the sun, and Saturn in the 8th, ruling over on the 7th, along with Uranus, alrighty, in the 10th, right, ruling over the 7th with Saturn. However, under Mars's dispositorship, which is under the sun's dispositorship, which kind of lets me know that Mercury is kind of boss here. Funny thing though, Saturn and Venus are the only dignified planets here. So what I actually see is what you can allow yourself to do, and being very nurturing, alrighty, and maybe sharing the responsibility, alrighty, and partnering up and caring for others' little ones. Allow yourself to be very active in your creativity. Have some fun. Don't be so uptight. And if you're someone who is doing it based off of your spiritual community, make sure that you are making it fun for the children to learn about your spiritual community without being rigid. And with that, I yield the floor. Next testimony, right? We are seeing, you know what? I meant to open up my calendar here too, bro, on the phone. I know you got it. Let me turn my brightness up also. So guys, the next testimony, what we are seeing, which is my last testimony, we have Luna squaring Uranus. Very interesting too, because Luna was in the 7th, under the dispositorship of Saturn and Uranus, just in that last testimony, while aspecting something in the 11th. And Uranus is the co-ruler for the 11th sign, right? However, it's in Taurus, while Luna is obviously transiting Uranus. Aquarius. So Luna transiting Aquarius. Uranus is in Taurus, right? So actually, very interestingly, Luna is ruling over, where are we? The midheaven, right? So when it comes to social standing here, especially, and again, we're dealing with children here. So Luna is sharing with children, right? Or having some creativity electronically. So maybe you're sharing some things on the internet. Maybe you're using video, DVDs to help share in giving, right, to children, while Uranus is actually ruling over the 5th house along with Saturn there in the 5th also. So there may be some delays. Some children may need a little different kind of help. So you may find yourself using music to help stimulate the interest in, in their learning and grasping certain concepts. And one thing that I enjoyed growing up was Schoolhouse Rock, which is very musical. The musicology is amazing. Alrighty, and the songwriting is pretty awesome too, considering that the audience is children learning, whether it's history rock, multiplication rock, science rock, grammar rock, just to, list. I know there's other ones, right? You may be someone like me who has the 30-year anniversary Schoolhouse Rock DVD. You may use that to the children's eyes, all right, and put that on the big screen for them so that they can be able to grasp concepts for things they're going to need later on in life. However, you're doing it through song, all right, creativity, electronically speaking, which is the Aquarius portion, is the fact that it's video. All righty. With this happening 4 houses away from each other, see, this is a means to really secure the children's self-esteem, have them be able to be happy about it. So the singing along will actually what is even being spoken about, even if they don't comprehend it yet. The song being implanted in their subconscious mind will really allow them to value that which is being shared with them. All right. Venus in the 10th, which is what the moon's ruling over, is ruling over the 8th, while Uranus is ruling over the 5th. So we're kind of seeing a string pattern here with Luna, Uranus, and Venus. And this will better help beautify and bring values to the children's confidence and their mindset. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I am well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Islam. All right, I guess it's on me, right? So
Yep.
we're at the holiday. Right, let me stop the way, right? So for June 9th, we got the sun at 18 degrees, 20 minutes, Gemini, ruling with 4th house scuffs. So I'm just saying, for this holy day, a lot of beings will be looking to organize some things, maybe go through some family pictures, family diaries. I'm saying someone's probably gonna I just had like an image of like someone finding out like some family secrets or something, like, oh wait, what? Or grandma, granddad, or uncle used to do that, like they never knew that, right? But coming into like some pictures or communications, it's gonna be eccentric, because it's like, wow, that you did that, and either the younger family had been interested in it and had been strayed away, or it's like a lesson to learn. It's like, look, yo, I did this, you don't have to learn from me, right? And if we look, wow, in the 10th house, right, Luna is conjunct part of fortune, but what's interesting, it's at 29 degrees there, right? So yeah, there are things that have come to pass probably about the last 7 or 14 days will be coming to surface, especially in one's mindsets. And there's a sense of change, of transformation here. So maybe some a goal that was forgot about a long time ago is now resurfacing to one's mindsets, or communication pertaining to that that was once the obstacle is now stimulating, is coming up. And with that, I yield the floor. Let's see. First aspect, this is occurring before sunrise, right? We have a lunar Mercurian square. All right, we got Luna in the 1st house, 26 degrees Aquarius, Mercury at 26 degrees Taurus, which, if I'm correct, I think Luna is in the astrological area. I think that's about like 22 to 27, 28 Aquarius.
Correct. 22 to 28 degrees. Correct.
Cool. Remember that off the top. Yeah. Right. Taurus at 26, which I can look as fortune by marriage. So get your synastry. And if beings don't, decide to get the synastry, I think that there's going to be a lot of conversations had about folks wanting to go into matrimony or marriage, or just more curious, right? And synergy is good if you're already with someone, but also families that like to do what's that, bro, when they like already pre-choose, or how they do that. It's like, we're gonna have you marry this being, right?
Yeah, like it's almost like promising a betrothal, so to speak.
There we go. Yeah,
we're promising you to be with this being so that these families can come together and they both benefit, financially, so to speak, so they can thrive.
Right, and that's
Very
definitely
Bridgerton,
happened.
right?
Mm-hmm. It's definitely happening in one's local community, and somebody might decide to step away from that. From it's like, hey, I know you did this family tradition, but now I'm looking to do my own thing, right? And that comes with knowing oneself, and also with the astrology towards fortune by marriage. That could also be to oneself, right? Taking to choose oneself and look deeper within the surface, break away from the modes of the early childhood or early education. Um, with that, and wow, Venus and Uranus. So yeah, just enjoying some conversation, all right, finding some value in conversations that are stimulating, that as you say, well, not as you say, but as they say, get your mind going or get one thinking, right? And this is
Mm-hmm.
also closing out is what Prophet Noble Drew said: if I could just get you all to think, you would save yourself. So this is a thinking for oneself to save oneself kind of aspect, which might seem like an obstacle at first, but the only thing is one's mind state. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna will be going void of course for 5 hours and 50 minutes, so no major purchases. Um, just hold out, right? Like that old church song. Hold out on any purchases and just wait till Luna moves into Pisces, which is at 6:14, right, into Pisces. So just holding out on all things, all right. And all right, so we have a lunar ingress. That's pretty cool. Luna ingressing in the ninth. We had a lot of those last cycle, bro. With Luna ingressing into the ninth.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right, so this is some home spirituality, higher learning. So being open to some breath work practices, for some, right? Um, Also, let's see, Pisces deals with like love, universal law. So being open to all aspects and avenue, right? And Pisces, I mean, Luna's ruling over that second house. So there's a change of habits here. Maybe taking some things out from one's daily routine that, really didn't serve a purpose, or it has served what it needed to. And now taking the philosophy of one's daily routine and incorporating something new that brings a sense of love, and also just yielding or surrendering to the unseen forces that be. And with that, I yield the floor. Next up, we have a lunar Jupiterian sextile, which is looky. All right, it's occurring at 5 degrees here. So, right, wow, that's beautiful. Jupiter Guru's in the seventh. See, Jag missing out, man. He would have my helmet right now. But anyways, Luna's in the fifth, 5 degrees Pisces, Jupiter's in the seventh. And it's really expanding the relationship. So there's gonna be a sense of healing when for those that are in partnerships, or even for those that are not, cutting the cords, as they would say, from past relationships, past creativity failings, and also healing for the children here. So maybe taking them to like the zoo or something, painting. And if one can't even do that, it could just be something as simple as making a tent in one's front or backyard, or running and playing, and just giving the little ones and yourself, right? It's like kind of stepping out of the adult mode and embracing the inner child. Like knowing in Pisces is dreaming and imagining. So this is also creating a new project or building upon a current project. For expansion. And 5 degrees Taurus is occultist, hermit, healer. So maybe some healing is going on for those that have been in hermit mode, or maybe some beings want to get Reiki or experience their first Reiki session, or look to learn different avenues to heal themselves. So Venus ruling the chart. Venus is in the 10th, at 3 degrees Leo, which is being final expositor is Luna for that. With Mars there too. So there's a lot of fiery passion here going on. So taking one's imagination and sight of the bigger picture. Luna and Pisces, Jupiter and Taurus is expanding that with a solid ground foundation. and Venus, the beauty of expressing one's heart and harmony, and Mars being driven by the heart. So doing it for love instead of other things. And I think beings will start to realize that once you operate out the heart space more, a lot of things that we have done before was really not unconditional, genuine, divine love, which is what everyone's here to learn to do. And with that, I yield the floor. Next up, we have a Mercurian Neptunian sextile. Would you looky here? All right. Oh man, I got another 7th house back to back. See, yeah,
fifth and seventh
again, right? There is a lot of partnership growing here going on, or like the children here. Mercury's in the 7th in Taurus, 27 degrees. So that is a Geminian degree, and 27 is a fortunate degree, fortune through employment. So maybe just sticking steady with something, right? I don't know why that song came in my head. Trying to think of this. And we back in the rock. Steady. Steady create all night long, right? Yeah. It's being very like imaginative. I know I've seen a video. It's like, if you can imagine it, it can come true. So once again, coming off that lunar Jupiterian sextile, it's like now one's imagined it and dreamed it, and now can one really communicate or say the things that one needs, or to put into words what they see. Putting into words, whether it's painting, writing, let's see, movies, right? 5th house and Neptune, there's like movies. So I think there's gonna be some new movies coming in the works. Probably about the next 2 to 3 years, we're looking for some very truthful but digital movies coming out, TV shows that deals with like maybe like occultist stuff and healing stuff, but I think a lot of more metaphysical movies are going to be actually seen and known for the people, because they already are, but it'll be more known. Let's see, Mars is ruling. Mars is in the 9th. So probably maybe a lot of love movies coming out too. Here. It gets folks probably riled up with the fascination denial, right? When they be like, what's that saying? Hopeless romantics, right? So maybe like a bunch of hopeless romantic movies come out. But once again, like I said, just embracing the heart space, finding a platform, right? So finding steady ground and earth instead of trying to build something on the sand. And just being able to distinguish between from what's real and what's not, and not being fearful to, get a little delusional to become more seeing. And with that, I yield the floor. For the last aspect for the holy day, we have a lunar. That's some accidental dignity there. Lunar in the 4th, lunar Saturn making a conjunction. Right. I'll just say here is going to be a lot of structure pertaining to the mothers, pertaining to the children here. So maybe mother and father, the father realizing that, hey, mother lays down a law, I'm here to enforce. And once mother becomes aware of herself and her duties, things become a lot more easier. Right. And also a time just to make adjustments to one's mindset, one's subconscious, really looking deep within for the gems, and also becoming protective of one's space and the home's energy. So doing some house cleaning, burning sage, energy cleansing the home, and learning just how to ground and maybe even swim, rinse oneself for protecting themselves and their loved ones. And yeah, with that, I yield to you, bro. Islam.
Islam. All righty, Aphrodite. So what I actually see here for sunrise happened about 19 degrees, Gemini, right? And again, Luna's, Soul is ruling Leo on the Leo's on the fourth house cusp. So it could be a means to, stimulate some conversation at home. Could be the overall theme for the day, so to speak, or maybe, you will awake and then have a conversation about your dreams. All righty. But it will definitely, have you either like laughing or actually trying to figure out what's the meaning behind it, and it's like, man, it was just kind of like had this creative so-called feeling behind it, so to speak. Or 9 times out of 10, you may find yourself feeling silly about whatever it is. Also, very close, this is taking place to where Mars and Saturn was conjunct on the 7th of March, 1944. So that's, Second World War-ish type energy where that sun is there. May find some things that come up about World War II during this day also. Is a very strong possibility, considering that what they call the malefics, Mars and Saturn, were conjunct around that time. All right. So with that being said, really allow yourself to find a means to enjoy whatever communication you'll be having at home, because you may find also that your children may say some things. Maybe you are waking up that day and you open up social media and it's a clip, a reel of some sort of kids say the darndest things type energy. However, children that are sentient beings aren't baby goats, because a kid is a baby goat. However, that may be something that you come across during that day. So just enjoy yourself, whatever communication may come that morning. And with that, I yield the floor. My first out of my 2 testimonies for Saturn Day is we have Sol Quartile Luna, right? The sun square moon that is actually taking place almost a whole 10 hours after that sunrise.
Yo, bro, it's so interesting that Thursday you had Sol and lunar trine, and with a lunar Uranian square, and now you got a solar lunar square and a lunar Uranian sextile.
Exactly, right? So looky, Astro Cookie. It's like, there was like this, quote unquote harmonic energy between, the heart and the subconscious mind. Now there's a means to stimulate the aspect between, the heart and mind via overcoming some challenge or obstacle. Whereas, with Luna squaring Uranus, there was a means to actually overcome the challenge of being able to, make some sudden changes within the subconscious mind. And now there's some growth opportunity between the subconscious mind and those sudden changes, right? So I'm glad that you actually pointed that out. And what we see here, because that's good for you guys to know, all righty? So we see here, Luna's at 19 degrees, all righty? 19 degrees, 40 minutes in Pisces, within the 5th house, under Saturn and Uranus's dispositorship. All righty. And of course, Saturn's there in the 5th with Luna. All right. And we clearly see Uranus there in the 8th house. Right. So they're bringing their energies, both Saturn and Luna, but just finding a way to, creatively join energies, find some way to, possibly inherit the creativity so you can, pour out some knowledge and share with others. Again, the themes are very strong around children with this 5th house energy. And then with Luna, and sun actually squaring one another. The sun is just peeking into its joy. Alrighty, in the ninth house. So fifth and ninth houses are 5 degrees away from each other. So again, I'm seeing a very strong theme pertaining to sharing information with children and being under Mercury's dispositorship, the sun. Mercury is clearly, Mercury is there in the 8th house under Venus's dispositorship. So this has a lot to do with building children's self-esteem, finding ways to, make sure you're communicating that what you want them to learn from you, and maybe even setting a plan for repetition. All right. Pardon me, finding a thorough plan for repetition so that the repetition, even again, like I said, if it's melodic, just finding a way to make sure that said repetition is slowly but surely becoming something solid and staple in the children's mind. Another thing to really look here in your local community, you might could bring some light to some type of idea, higher learning. It being ninth house being the 3rd to the 7th, you'll probably communicate some things about, partnerships, different corporations. Ninth house deals with law. So we can also see that there's a means to actually overcome some obstacles by allowing yourself to take on the challenge to be able to stimulate concentration, alrighty, thorough concentration, and making sure that there's sudden changes in the infrastructure and how beings think they're enforcing law, and actually have them review the actual codes and policies that they do not act accordingly to enforce. So I think that is a very important use pertaining to that energy, and that's leading up towards the closing of the so-called business day. So I think you should take all that day to do as many records requests and finding out information and doing your best at setting up meetings with all types of beings, whether it's police chiefs, so-called sheriffs or whatever, these beings, and then just respectfully challenge them and seeing if they've even read that which they're saying they're upholding, so their practices, alrighty, will come into question. Alrighty, sometimes you just got to take a puppy's nose and make sure you just kind of shove it in their shit and, allow their own subconscious actually to be the rolled up newspaper that kicks their ass. And with that, I yield the floor. My final testimony for Saturn Day is Luna sextile Uranus. All right. Very interesting here that Luna's actually sextiling Uranus, where Luna's, having accidental dignity in the 4th. Uranus is actually co-ruling with Saturn again, sharing, say, look, they're sharing the same sign, sharing the same house, Saturn and Luna here. All righty, so Luna and Uranus are final dispositor, of course, for Luna here. And it's interesting too, because they're about a fifth, maybe a degree more than a fifth of the chart away from each other, Saturn and Uranus, about 73 degrees away from each other, right? And, a fifth of the chart is 72 degrees. So again, there's this 5 energy, this creative energy, all right, taking place. And it's actually dealing with one's maternal instincts and security, so to speak. So with you, Luna, which is the people, with the people being able to express their maternal instinct, I think what will be thoroughly communicated is the sudden changes that need to take place in certain corporations, beings that, have these different partnerships and or contracts. So allow contractors to be able to actually review that which they're contracting for. All righty, with Luna sextiling Uranus at 20 degrees, Pisces 44 minutes in the 4th house, Uranus at 20 degrees, Taurus 44 minutes in the 7th. They're 4 houses away from each other. So a lot of what's going to come into question is not only the security pertaining to sentient beings around the planet, however, the securities that are actually transacted for and or stolen via non-bonded practice. Right? And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I am well pleased, Brother Sean Aleem El Islam. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Are you muted? Okay, Islam.
All right, did it go to the next one?
No, you're good, bro. You're here at sunrise for the 11th.
Sunrise.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You already did your thing. You good. I'm about to set up your link.
All right, cool. So all right, we're here at sunrise for Sunday. Soul's at 20 degrees, 14 minutes. So once again, rolling over the fourth house cusp. Mercury final dispositors in the 12th. So this is yeah, probably like a lot of intuitive downloads coming in. Past thoughts coming up, maybe even run into some old friends, or I just had the thought of somebody's gonna run into somebody they used to be cool with, or maybe even used to stay with a while back. Running into them somewhere like the grocery store or the bookstore, or somewhere unusual. It's like, wow, I ain't seen you forever, and I'm running into you at the most random place, and there takes a conversation to be had, right? It's beautiful that Mercury's about to ingress into Gemini, which will have rulership. Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo. So yeah, it's a beautiful time. So just speak to things that one needs to speak, and make sure they are really finding things that they value, finding valuable things in communication.
Bro,
What's up?
You're spot on with the communication. I would like to add that they not be blinded by it, because I think Sol is conjunct Bellatrix.
20 degrees, 14 minutes.
What you got? What you see? Is it conjunct Bellatrix? Is it off by
hold on, let me
3 minutes or so? 2 minutes and some change?
Let me see Bellatrix. Where was it at then? See, 1 degree, 20, 21, about 21, 15 or 20. So very close there, coming up.
Close? Okay. Okay. Wanted to make sure. All right. That's why I'm like, hold up. What's happening? But okay. I yield, bro.
So yeah, be clear and use discernment, right? You always use discernment. That is intuition and discernment, right? So matter of fact, like, hey, I need to see your ID. What do you mean ID? I need to see your intuition discernment on what you're speaking about. Those are the two best things to have, to feel what you feel, but also just to know that not everything, everybody can say is true, or, not really for you. So just listening to what you need, right? And I know pretty soon Mercury's gonna be under the beams and blindness. So yeah, just be careful and don't sun gaze. Sun gaze when the sun rises, right in that early time when it's safe to look, and not midday, right? High noon, as they would say. Don't do that. Protect your eyes, right? And also protect your neck. With that, I yield the floor. Let's see what we got first. So we jumping for Sunday.
Yes.
Yo, this is gonna be a very AstroCivics Sunday. It's gonna be a lit one, right? And we got what chapter? Let's see, we got chapter 40.
Chapter 40.
Right. So we have a lunar Neptunian conjunction, right? Occurring just a little bit before sunrise. This is going down in the 11th house, right? In Pisces. So probably seeing a lot of arts come out, right? There's been like a surge in AI. So maybe seeing a lot of AI created software, a lot of AI channels, music, right? But also just artists sharing some things, right? 27, possibly even looking to create some new form of painting, all right? Be on the lookout for some Van Gogh paintings or something about Van Gogh coming up. I don't know why that's coming up. Just look out for that. But this for like old painters and sculptures. So I think there's going to be a sense of appreciation for like older things, ancient things, truly ancient things. And what they say ancient is really contemporary, right? So ancient and contemporary paintings and sculptures and just wisdom. And yeah, it's a really beautiful thing. And if you're near a beach, go sit in that water. And Mercury's ruling that chart. Mercury is and the 12th. So yeah, this is a lot of things gonna be coming up to the surface. So definitely make sure on this day just pay attention to what's coming up, what's being said. Not only from yourself, but everything that's reflecting out of that, and just pay attention. And with that, I yield the floor. Let's see. So
yeah, this is where I gotta fix it, but I got you, bro. I got you.
It's the mumbo jumbo, right?
Right.
So let me go back to that picture in the chat. So next up we have
Pluto.
Mercury trine Pluto.
Well, Pluto ingressing, Pluto retrograde ingress into Capricorn, bro.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
Let me see if I can hook it up real quick. This way.
Hook it up for me. Hook it
you see,
up.
I already got to put the time right here.
For me. Hook it up. Hook it up for me. Hook it up. Hook it up, bro.
You're hilarious. All right. So it says 29 degrees, right? Actually, let me just hit apply time for this day and let's see if it'll keep it on the 11th. There we go. Boom. There we go.
Boom
shakalaka.
Wow, and that's occurring in the 8th house.
Yeah, accidentally. Yeah.
Wowzers, right? And 29 degrees. Capricorn is the degree of collecting. So yeah, I would say meditate. Meditate or write. Let's see, this is too early morning. Wow. Yes, sun gaze. I was just talking about sun gaze. Sun gaze this day. Set an alarm to get up early. The sun gaze and really let not only the downloads occur, but let the sun's energy clear one's energy and just be open to receiving some information. Right, 8th house deals with
after sunrise. Go ahead, bro. Because I'm like, Jesus. Go ahead, bro.
It's collecting. It's on this retrograde. It's also something that one might have missed too. That they could have collected or wanted to receive but didn't get. So that's like a double back energy of that. And with Pluto and Capricorn, that's just authority. So probably beings gonna be looking to, get their finances back, their energy. This is like, hey, trustees, you motherfuckers got my money. That type of energy.
Belligerent trustees.
Belligerent trustees been holding out. So getting that back. And once again, Mercury is always in that 12th. So there's a lot of hitting things coming to the surface. I don't know why. Maybe an earthquake somewhere too. Not a doom and gloom, but Mm. And it might not even be a literal actual sense. An earthquake could just be things being shaken up in the spirit, right? And the ethers. For those in authority, because that's a trine there with Mercury and Pluto. So with Pluto being a higher octave of Mars, Mars is in Leo. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Just be looking to change direction here. I think there's gonna be a lot of change of heart, change of direction, a lot of stepping down, and the opposite of that is also stepping up. So a lot of stepping up and stepping down. And the sun is really just shining brightly on the things. It's like you can't hide, you can't run. Yeah, Saturn's in the 10th, accidental dignity too. So there's a lot of structure, being tore down, but it's all for a better thing. So it's best to tear it down and not try to fight the tearing down that's going to occur. You're just going to be an extra body in the way. And with that, I yield the floor to actually now go in on that Mercury Plutonian trine. Right? Let's see, 29 degrees Taurus is degree of fate, favored by fortune, a dramatic area, a famous actor's degree. So I think some actors about to get paid.
Or demoted.
Or demoted. Words in my mouth. Paid or demoted, right? Especially for those who have been not paying their artist. Right? But beware too, maybe some actors, right? Screen Actors Guild are coming out making messages or distractions or plays. As they would say, wow, Cancer's ruling ascendant. I mean, blah, 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 blah. Cancer is a chart ruler at 0 degrees. So there's some new coming again. 0 degrees is like new beginnings. So trying by sign, but not by actual degrees. So there's a new sense of new ushering in. So just be open to a new path, to new streams of thoughts, right? When you think about water or rivers, whether you can go actually physically to one or within metaphysically. Yeah, there's a lot of things coming out that was once hidden, right? Maybe someone's also collecting some energy. They would talk about finance from a joint venture product. Maybe someone worked on some things together and didn't get compensated properly. And now that is being aired out. Kind of reminds me of that one video you sent about two bands in the chat. I ain't gonna say it, but I'm pretty sure you know the one I'm talking about, bro, don't you?
I think I do. Yeah. I think I do.
Yeah, when he sent the verses, like, oh yeah, he did that, right? Rapper turned preacher. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
Yeah. So
got you.
Yeah, just be looking, and also just be fortunate. Like some things coming up to assist one to move forward. As a change in structure, it's a change of value. So what's not working? It's harmony, but at the same time, don't let the comfortability of the harmonious energy to keep one comfortable and use that to uplift oneself and propel forward. And with that, I yield the floor.
Oh, forgive me. Hold on 2 seconds. I want to make sure I got this right. Okay. I does. So, let's see.
We got Mercury ingress.
Correct.
Wait, no, we got the Mercury ingress, then the Mercury trine Pluto.
Yeah, we already did the Mercury trine Pluto. Now it's the Mercury ingress.
All right,
Gemini. Sweet. So let's see. Let's make sure.
So that's probably going. Maybe that'd be cool if that's 11th house.
It always keeps jumping to June 3rd. That seems like June 3rd of 2024. It was that, but okay.
All right, so this is still in the man. Mercury in that 12th house, yo. Right. So degree of dropmanship is 0 degrees. Gemini, it's probably about 2 or 3, since I know that's going to mirror or reflect 0 to like 3 degrees Sagittarius. Right. Hmm. So let's see, Mercury, we got 4th house there, and Gemini's intercepted in the 12th. Yeah, there's about to be a lot of conversations had. I know we say that, but I already know, like, when we talked about the Sun ingress Gemini, I mean, we are still wowing from, though at first strong, what folks would call a week of the Sun in Gemini, and now with Mercury there strong, be expecting to be like invited out to some places, or maybe invited to beings' homes. They could be like, yeah, we could have met here, but it's more fitting, more comforting, and more real to bring one some to your home. Beings are now also getting in the gym as well, right? Maybe working on their writing or cursive, as they would say. Working on speech here. So maybe voice acting, or teaching other languages, all that in that matter. Because Mercury and Gemini is short travels too. Brotherhood, one's local community, and with that rolling over the 4th, intercepted in the 12th, Venus being over that, there's gonna be a lot of love being shared, and also a lot of mental health. I think mental health solutions, there we go, will be able to now come up, and that will be by means of, 1, really astrology, and 2, being able to get out to nature, maybe leave alone like the drugs or the coffee, or sugars, just going into more natural things to heal themselves, so that now they can rid themselves of their energy, right? Mercury also deals with like the nervous system, think like the left side of the brain, so possibly also arise in like brain surgeries too, or there's a lot of healing. Yeah, bikes, I'm probably seeing beings getting bikes, bike riding, with beings from the local community. Just embracing the local community, or stepping out to meet new beings in the local community. Or one may just embrace that from their comfort of their home. And with that, I yield the floor. Let's see, we got Oriet now, Luna. Okay, Luna's about to sextile Pluto, right? This is the last aspect for Luna goes void. 29 degrees Pisces. So 9th and 6th. This is occurring 4 houses away from each other. Yep, Pluto's still at that degree of collecting. Oh yeah, this is collecting higher knowledge. Maybe some law too here. Pluto and Capricorn, it's transitioning, going out of operating in the sense of statues, right? Coming to the realization that they've been played, but now, with that death and rebirth of what they thought was law, they're able to surrender to nature's law and not by man-made law. And those beings that are posing as God, using these titles, they'll be able to truly see that clearly, and be able to use their discernment and find the beauty and the harmony, and becoming their own priest, becoming their own savior, becoming their own Jesus, becoming their own David, becoming their own Solomon, whatever figure they see in the Bible or their favorite movies, they're able to take those traits and qualities and find out within themselves, and move forward. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna's going to go avoid a course for 17 seconds. So
17 seconds. Let me stop.
So
Why
yeah,
did it do that? Why did it do that? Why?
So don't buy nothing for 17 seconds.
Must have been too close. Okay, there we go.
And wow, once again, we have another lunar ingress into the 9th house. What is really happening? What's happening is you can't get away from the real law, true law.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, you can't stop nature's law. No, you can't stop nature. You can't stop nature's law. Yeah, this is coming back into that. So with now Luna coming out of Pisces and Aries, collective could be feeling energized now, right? Maybe out of the dream state, dream mode, the imaginative mode, and it's like, all right, let's put the foot to the pedal, feet to the ground, rubber to the road, and let's go. Let's make these dreams happen, because faith without works is dead. So, coming to find out that balance between imagining and doing, resting and being active, being passive and being active, right? And just coming to those various things and drinking some water. Some could be susceptible to some headaches because they're being awakened to higher energies and the truth of the matter, which is law, nature's God, nature's law. And not, like I said, law that isn't in harmony with that. And Sun's ruling the chart. Sun's will be in its fall house, right? Being in the 11th. That's actually and Mercury is not under the beams yet. So yeah, getting important communication out the way before that, before Mercury gets within 17 degrees of the sun, because things might not seem so clear. Yeah, and just thinking before one speaks. Wow, because that is a sextile. So yeah, one could be charged up, as they would say. That's actually my next aspect. So with that, I'll yield and move into Luna sextile and Mercury, which still should be occurring in the 9th and 11th, and it is. All right. Wow. Hey,
man, some people will work at certain places, gonna wish they ain't work there, bro. I'm trying to.
Man.
Yeah. He gonna be like, no, I thought I was covered and protected. Bang, wrong answer. Go ahead,
Well, what's beautiful is that beings can have a positive nature to create their own destiny, right? And not let others create it for them. Right, 11th house is internet. So I would say just be careful what one says on the internet, because if someone could be very wise and actually know what they're talking about, and it's like poking a bear with a stick. Once you awaken that up, there's no saving or stopping you from what you have done. So just be loving via the internet and also within the groups here. And this is that's beautiful, because now these groups are able to draft out the humanitarian work to be done in a positive sense and nature. And be very critical about some things that need to be talked about, spoke on, and had. But this is only just bringing light to the fact of the matter that what's what's not seen. So really speaking on the unseen, this is occurring 3 houses away. So some things will be coming up in the local community, right? I think beings will be brought down to earth and be able to start to see the levels of law, start to see the levels of religion, and that, just because they think they so-called voted, or those who might have actually voted, that things are occurring on all levels: federal, state, and municipal, what they would be like city or town. So those 3 levels that need to be fixed and communicated with. In Mercury and Gemini, that's able to organize, right, third house, to get those ideas together and connect with others on different platforms worldwide. Because we have the internet, we can connect with beings from everywhere. And Virgo's on that third house cusp at 28 degrees, so using one's intuition and mindset. And I think beings will be able to start connect more telepathy wise. You know, they'll be able to think something, or they'll have a conversation and see that thing the same day or days later, right? Jupiter's over that 9th house. Jupiter is in the 10th, so you know, 2 houses away. So valuing higher knowledge, true higher knowledge, and not the woke culture higher knowledge. With, you know, beings just trying to sell you something. You know, plotting on your pockets, or as Brother Chad would say, trying to get your peanut butter sandwiches, right? So yeah, just finding beauty and harmony and actual law, you know, actual religion, buying in the mind back and not the dogma. And with Jupiter and Taurus, a lot of beings are going to find value and the things that they talk shit about or rejected because they were so secure in their own thinking and beliefs. And what does Brother Todd say again? He said, beliefs is for fools and babies, right? So with that, I yield. Next up, we have Venus making a square to Jupiter. So we got 2 benefics. So this is just a good time here. Good times. Good times. Venus in the 11th and Jupiter's got accidental thinking. Hey, hey. Keeping your head above water. Making it way that you can. Temporary layoffs. Good times. Easy credit ripoffs. Good times. Scratching and surviving. It just popped up. But Venus is in the 11th. Jupiter guru. Ho is in the 9, right? The thing is, hold on, man. Jay-Z call himself Ho, right? Yeah, come on. I think things are really going to see, if they didn't already know, about this music industry, about this movie industry, literally just about everything that they find value in when it comes to entertainment.
He's a Sagittarius. He's a Sagittarius, right? Ruled, which is that sign's ruled by Jupiter. So he called himself Ho, which is Jupiter's name in, what is that? Is Jove more kind of Romanish? Because, you know, people are like, well, if it's Roman, it's Jupiter. Sort of, kind of, you know, Jove, maybe even Greek, if I'm not mistaken, Jove, possibly. Got to really think about that one, right? Because it would be spelled like Iove, so that might be more Latin-ish than Roman, but whatever. You know, you can look it up, you know, so you can look it up. They would call Jupiter Jove, J-O-V-E,
Jove,
I-O-V-E,
J-O-V-E, right? Jove, father of light, father of the ether, father of all living, an example of gods and men.
Right. So when he's saying Latin, Ho, right, the J would be like the Moorish Latin, that aspirate with the J. So yeah, Ho, right? I mean, again, it's you know, once you are being yourself for real, it's not hard to decode much that's going on around the world. So Brother Sean is absolutely correct. Right? I yield, bro. It's fun.
All right, so Venusian Jupiter square is just finding some stimulation and taking a long trip, right? Or maybe a long walk like Jill Scott. But this is pertaining to one's thoughts, and feet is also understanding. So taking a long circle, right, around a zodiac of one's understanding of what, you know, life is, but also just seeing the beauty in that. Venus in the 11th, So maybe connecting with some new folks via the internet here. Right, because once it hits that 6 degrees, it'll be at the degree of sight, right? So in 23 minutes. So being able to see what's for you and what's not for you, pretty much. And just removing any obstacle that may seem like an obstacle by just being optimistic. And Jupiter, still separating from that north node, moving towards one's purpose into a new and steady foundation, opposite of the mystery or wanting to stay behind the scenes and really just stepping out. It's like hashtag I'm coming out, right? I want the world to know, got to let it show type energy. And with that, we talking about the original. Who did that remix? What's it? What? Diddy, Diddy Weekaz and Mace. Well, shout out to Mace.
For real. Mace is a little bit more than a real one, as far as that other guy is concerned. Mace would definitely be the real one in that sense. Seriously.
Right. So, speaking on Mace, what if obstacles are seeming apparent? Just breathe, stretch, shake, let it go.
You're hilarious.
And with that, I yield, bro. I think that's it for me, ain't it? No, I got one more. Goodness. One more thing.
Oh, you know what? I think I need to fix that because that's not it. It's supposed to be a trine. So let me hit previous there.
A lunar, Venusian,
trine. Yes. So I didn't hit it. I thought I hit the button. Okay, there we go.
Thinking about one more thing, right? One more aspect. For anybody that's seen Jackie Chan Adventures, one more thing.
Interesting. It's at like 5:55. 5:55. Right?
555.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 houses away. Jesus. Bruce Lee Christ.
Oh, wowzers.
Amazing.
So we got this trine going on at 5 degrees, 55 minutes, 5 houses away, right? So 5 degrees Aries is unsatisfied ambitions, right? And 5 degrees Leo, like I said, it's still homicide, aviation accidents. So be careful on the travels. Not a doom and gloom astrologer, but those who operate like planes and jetpacks and all that other good stuff, just be careful. Take your time, do it right. Yeah. So this is 4 and 8. It's really beautiful because I think the doors will be opening up for everyone in the collective and whatever avenue they are in to really go after their passions, right? That they have came up with in the home or that they are now putting to bed of some things from the home that's that was once formed, but now they're moving along and now able to start joining and partnering with different types of beings, right? Mercury's ruling that 7th house, right? 2 houses away is values of the partnerships or businesses or entrepreneurial endeavors. However, we can say that for those that are non-statutorily being and statutorily being, and Mercury is in the 6th, so that's an accidental dignity there. Wowzers. So yeah, this is coming up with new types of service, ratings. We do that here at 7 Hill Star. Beings could be looking to collaborate with businesses, or businesses can be looking to sponsor some. Beings could be looking to donate or give what is needed to fuel others' passions, right? Venus and Leo is all about the hearts, Luna in Aries is embracing its leadership. So yeah. Wow. And some could even be moving along from the shadows or control of natures of one's mother. Right? Why do I say that? Because part of fortune is at the intuition point for Luna. So yeah, moving away just from anything that's controlling or not bringing a proper energy. And with that, I yield the floor to my bro. I gotta take me a swig of water because I've been talking. I've been talking for a minute.
Islam, broski.
I'm tired of talking.
Just sharing it out here on Facebook, right? Sharing out to a few. Let's see, right? The last group I shared that join out to was those. Okay, boom. I'll get to finish sharing that out to the different groups on Facebook very soon. Now, guys, remember, sign up at 7healstar.com so you can receive. For those of you that haven't, tell a loved one too. So you guys can see everything that we have as far as what we're sharing. The email. Give yourselves a chance to really explore 7healstar.com. Also, really see what it is that we have there to offer. We look forward to actually culture. We're doing it because of what we've actually studied pertaining to what Prophet Noble Ali has divinely prescribed after divinely preparing it. All right. As well as, well, at least, with both of those in hand, as well as us really looking at Brother Charles Mosley Bey, who I like to say Caliph, because I think he's defended the faith, so to speak, when it comes to that. Interessante.
Yeah, I was wondering, 'cause I'm like, yo, it like froze for a moment. And I'm like, oh man, is it me?
Oh, it's no worries.
I thought it was me. I thought it was me that
it's no worries.
Went out.
Boom shakalaka.
Thought it was me.
Coming on back. You're hilarious, bro. Make sure I give you that again. It's all to the goods. All right.
Control,
so with that being said, all right. Check out what it is that we have to offer, especially when it comes to the classes and the different different courses that we have for you also. Wanted to just say, Brother Derek Blash Bay says, whisper, right? Oh man, I thought I gave you the remote. Okay, there we go. Says whisper, right? So that's hilarious, right? Then also with looking at, let me make sure we're good here. Are we seeing me? We should be. Is the screen still loading?
I'm seeing it.
That's good. Okay, you are seeing the screen, right? And you are hearing me?
Correct. So let me go to YouTube and see. I see it on YouTube as well.
Yeah, we're good. I guess it's just over here when it comes to me, but it's all to the gizzards. Brother 7 says Islam. Open 642 says greetings and dynamite, right? When you doing the good times, I think. And Genevieve says, thank you for the studies. Indeed, Jen. All right. So with that being said, right, let us, we're getting close to closing on now. We have 3 more days to go. This one particularly here for the 12th of June. All righty. And so I have sunrise, correct? And this sunrise is taking place about 21 degrees, 12 minutes in Gemini. All righty. And it's very interesting to even think about this because that's almost very close to Capella. I know Capella is probably at about 22 degrees now, bro. 22 degrees, 4 minutes. But so that means that the sun is on its way to being conjunct Capella, which is the brightest star in the constellation Auriga. So Capella is Alpha Aurigae, dealing with Hercules the goat, right? Has a nature of Mars and Mercury. When culminating, said to confer, right? Culminating, we're talking about like the midheaven, right? Said to confer martial and ecclesiastical honors and riches, attended by waste and dissipation. It is too far north to conjunct sun or moon, right? As far as directly, however, we can just by, seeing where they are as far as the degree pertaining to the precession, and we can actually, give rise to the whole conjuncting sun or moon, right? Or rise and set. So it's too far north to appear to rise and set from our perspective. However, I would say to a certain extent that with it being in alignment, so to speak, by degree is where we're recognizing it along the ecliptic and projecting different stars and celestial bodies to the ecliptic. I would say that what we will want to actually keep our eye on is making sure that we're being prudent in our decision making, being very, 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 very prudent in our decision making. All right. So with that being said, also, which would be wise for us to do, is to really pay attention to what it is that we're doing within our very own. Like if you have a home craft, you're doing something where you're able to get resources for yourself from home, be very wise to make sure that you are, thoroughly securing yourself and keeping a good eye on all of your materials and products so that you can be able to be successful when you move forward in having people to support you with that which you provide. All righty. So moving forward from that, Brother Derek says yes. All right. So moving forward from that, guys, again, I only have 2 testimonies here, right? As I did for the first 2 days, right? But I think on my last one, we closed out, I have 4 testimonies, right? We have Luna trine Mars, all righty? And Luna's trining Mars. Luna is at 13 degrees, 16 minutes, right? It's in the 9th house. All right, just getting past its culmination with the midheaven, right? With the midheaven, the medium celli or medium coeli, depends on how you want to pronounce it. However, if you're a stickler for Italian, you just feel like Italians have like the end all be all in astrology, which they don't. Because medium, just the word coeli or celli comes from the Latin caelum. All righty, so that's what that is. Oh, it's all good, bro. I got you. Right. We can, 2 seconds, I got you. And boom. Mars, right? That's where we were. Mars, right? And let's next that. Boom shakalaka for the 12 happened at 0800 hours, 35 minutes and 11 seconds. Or that's Eastern, or 8:35, 11 anti-meridian Eastern. So we see, of course, like we said, Luna is here, alrighty, in the 9th house. Alrighty, under Jupiter and Neptune's dispositorship. Here's Jupiter, alrighty, within the 10th house, and Neptune here is in the 9th, right? So they're definitely bringing some higher learning essentials, alrighty, for the people. When the people are in harmony with being active, right? Being self-activated. 13 degrees, 16 minutes Leo is where we see Mars after, coming off, obviously, with a conjunction with Mars a few days ago, right? Luna is actually ruling the ascendant. So Luna's ruling over Mars and Venus while being under the dispositorship of Neptune and Jupiter. Of course, Jupiter is being ruled by Mars, which is under Moon's dispositorship. So Moon is definitely ruling ultimately by final dispositor type energy over Jupiter. However, Neptune is final dispositor overall. All right. So I think it would be wise to behoove ourselves to find some value in making sure we're exalting higher learning, because that will be what allows you and your loved ones and your little ones to defend themselves against those that seek to use policy, institutional policy, to rob you of your birthrights and liberties. And with that, I yield the floor. My next aspect is taking place just about a minute before midnight. Just about a minute before 0000 hour to be exact. It's actually happened 47 seconds before 0000 hours, happened at 2300 hours, 59 minutes and 13 seconds, or 11:59:13 post meridian Eastern. Alrighty, and that is Moon sextile Sun, or Sol sextile Luna is what's happening, right? Look, bro, you see that? That's another one, right?
Another one.
Right? Sol trine Luna, and then Sol square Luna. Now it's Sol sextile Luna. Looky. Astro cookie.
Yeah, I'm just calling you Mr. Luminary now.
Mr. Luminary, you are hilarious. You are hilarious. So the sun, accidental debilitation, right? And a little bit of accidental debility there, right? 21 degrees Gemini, right? 55 minutes, 21 degrees Aries, 55 minutes. In the second house is where Luna is. So 3 houses away, the second and the fourth house, right? So what we could actually say here is we're really going to allow ourselves to force our, subconscious mind and heart to really have a growth opportunity in areas where, we can really be very fortunate in how we, structure the home, so to speak. And the first home that needs to be structured is the body. So here, I think you guys are going to take awareness pertaining to what you're eating, right? You may, I want to have a midnight snack, and it's literally 47 seconds away from midnight when this is occurring. But you may go for something a lot more healthier, right? But it'll be something that you would love to taste. So, instead of going for a bag of ranch potato chips, maybe you'll have some type of vegan ranch you can dip some type of alkaline vegetable in.
Cool ranch warrior ties.
What you say?
Yeah, it's at the Cool Ranch warrior ties.
The Cool Ranch burritos. Let me stop. You have no chill, bro. That is hilarious, though. However, Luna being under Mars's dispositorship, and Sun being under Mercury's dispositorship. Looky, Astro Cookie. While Mercury is under Venus's dispositorship, and Mars and Venus seem to be under Moon's dispositorship. So Moon here is the final dispositor, guys. Moon is clearly the final dispositor. And it's almost at 22 degrees Aries. However, 21 degrees Aries is hope, artistic, and 22 degrees is music. So, if you're dealing with some type of art or music here, what I think you will really allow yourself to do is, write that song, right? However, you may have to be a co-writer, a co-songwriter on something. You may not want to do it. However, what you're going to find out is the best thing that you could have done in that moment. As well as make sure you have everything you need so you guys can actually concentrate and stay within the zone of music creation, right? Maybe our brother Chi, along with David, is doing some songwriting, right? Probably be a great night for it. Make sure you have all your sustenance there and refreshments, so that leaving the studio or leaving wherever you're in your zone at of writing. No, and I'm not saying that's how brother Chi and David do it. I'm just saying any of you guys that are out there that are engaging in that. It's be a really good time for songwriting. However, just make sure you are having the type of refreshments that will definitely allow you to have your mind be further creative, and make sure you're really securing your heart and subconscious mind value to be able to add the energy necessary to have a very great outcome for the lyrics that you write. And again, for those of you that may not be doing songwriting, make sure you're going for the healthier snack for your midnight snack, if that's what you choose to do. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, and whom I'm well pleased, Brother Sean Alino, Islam.
Islam. Alrighty. Yeah. June 13th, right? We had sunrise, which what, don't folks celebrate that Juneteenth shit? Yo. I think this might be the last Juneteenth folks celebrate. For real.
Islam.
And yeah. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I think a lot of the things that folks did, out of ignorance, out of not knowing, it's gonna be to the point to where they're gonna have to know all this information out. They're not gonna be able to not acknowledge things. 22 degrees Gemini's degree of literature. So getting into the books, as you were just speaking about music. Maybe artists are looking to take some kind of old forms of poetry, or how they do like stanzas and, different types of lines, and incorporating that into their music. And what's also beautiful is Mercury is at the exaltation of the moon's north node. So there's a sense of learning this literature. So June 13th, make sure that you are reading Prophet Noble Drew Ali literature. If you're not in Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, make sure that you get access to that and, read the books. And if you don't have the finance to buy them, there's the Divine Warning is free. You can get that from RV Bay, and you can YouTube Brother Taj going in on the Divine Warning, or even Hakeem Bey. But really get into the literature, because it's going to be critical. And from this literature, there can be a point of spiritual illumination, right? You look at Luna. Luna's in the 11th. Shout out to Brother Corey, right? Because with this truth, it's going to come a dizziness, right? Some head truth that make your head spin dizzy. But, it's only a temporary spinning dizzy to make one crash out from all the beliefs and lies that have been, put into their head. So like I said, Sun's still ruling that fourth house cusp, with Mercury helping that fourth house cusp from the 12th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses away that it's gonna be a new sense of creativity, joy, like from embracing and opening up to new things that was rejected or just not known, for various reasons. But hey, that was then, this is now. So this is very nunc pro tunkish, to leave the past and everything behind it and just start fresh. And with that, I yield the floor. But I'm serious about that Juneteenth shit. After this cycle, you know, okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Next we got wow. Wow. So continuing on with this lunar Plutonian square, right? Luna's a degree of prophet of a new order. So Prophet Noble release coming out. He's all in books, movies. All your favorite leaders know about him. Nation of Islam, all of them, they got all their stuff in Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Folks are not going to be able to keep hiding the information that he brought, and just about us being Moors as well. Like, this is a melting of the avalanche of lies. Pluto is collecting everything pertaining to the home, right? Our temple, our bodies, our minds of who we are and our birthright. So yeah, and it's just 4 houses apart, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mars and Saturn, the malefics are the final dispositors, right? Saturn's in this joy of being in Pisces, right? Which is, 12, the 12th sign, but it's the second to third sign away from which he naturally rules. So and Mars is right there in the 10th. So there's gonna be a lot of things coming out about authority. Because there might be hotheads that, think they know something or they're used to doing things. And as Brother Sana said before, just because beings have been doing it for so long, what makes it right? And I think folks are scared of really embracing what's right because they've been so used and comfortable to what is, to that illusion, to that mode. So with this lunar Plutonian square, there's a transition of operating out of truth in a heart space besides one's feelings, a proper foundation. And with Venus rolling that chart in the 10th too, you can't really get away from the beauty of the things that are falling apart and the things that are now being brought in place of that when one really truly wants to let go. So what is a prophet? A prophet is the thought of Allah manifest in flesh. So once again, the priesthood is dead. I don't know how many times I got to tell you. We don't know how many times we have to remind you, not only us, but other beings that know the work is being done here, what's needed. But hey, nature's doing her thing. The universe is doing her thing. You can either assist or just get in the way and get rolled over. So, choice is up to you. And with that, I yield the floor. And I think, is this the void of course?
Yeah.
Or is it after? So yeah, Luna will be going void of course for 4 minutes. So before 13:10, wait, no, before 14:27, buy everything that you need to get until 14:31. 4 minutes later, Luna is gonna be making that ingress, right?
No, it's
Taurus. What's Taurus in 4 minutes?
Yeah, it's a little under 4. Yeah, man, that's wild. That is wow.
And another 7th house.
Yeah, it's not the 9th this time for a lunar ingress, though. It's definitely, and it's funny because it's Venusian. There's a Venusian theme there, right? Because Luna's in a Venusian sign in a Venusian house. I yield.
Wow, and now Luna is in her exaltation sign, which you looky. And with Luna, like I said, I always try to remember that 0 degrees is powerful in combining old principles and new applications. And this is pertaining to relating. How does one relate with others? How does one take care of themselves? How does one take care of others? Right. First and foremost, it's self. But once self is taken care of, how do you express your love to the world? Right, or to your loved one that if you're in a partnership or those are singles, if you're talking to somebody, how can you show some love and value to everyone, taking care of everyone? How is one rooted and secure in their foundations? How is one might be too rooted, and too stuck in their ways, right? And you think about Taurus and the bull. How could one be too stuck? How could one be not enough stuck? And with Mars ruling, being final dispositor, and with Venus, once again, it comes back to beauty in action, taking beautiful action when one can truly see what needs to be done and just seeing the beauty in everything. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but everything is beautiful. It's training ourselves to see that, feel that, and be that, regardless of the matrix, as they would say, that is occurring. Yes. And I think someone will be able to help the collective and each in their fashions really see that beauty. Probably leadership too. So maybe some somebody looked up to back in the day, that they thought was like a leader or even a TV show or movie, right? While they were younger. And it's like to help them embrace something about themselves. They'll be coming back into contact with that. And yeah, and Venus is a chart ruler. So yeah, you're not gonna be able to get away from love, unconditional love. So let me say it again. If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
It's
Pour out that hate and pour in that love with self first. Because when Yi speaks about hating others, what is it about them that can show something within you? Unless it's beings that are unlawful, but maybe at a point Yi was unlawful. And it's like, wow, I now stand on law, and now I see that I was in the wrong, and I'm not going to let anyone being in the wrong me, right? And Mercury's in Gemini, so quick information. Hope you can think quick and process it quick, or just be able to learn how to research, right? Get that book from RV Bay, How to Study, right? To have a Bible, metaphysical Bible dictionary, have your King James, have your other versions, have your law dictionaries, have your etymology, have your Webster's. And it's like, wow, why do I want to have all these different things? Why? Gemini deals with multitasking. Mercury is quick thinking, communication. And words have changed from their original context. So, when folks be like, oh, that's nice. Most beings don't know that nice means foolish. And when you say that, they'd be like, hold on, wait. So it's just getting back into the literature and, really praising, studying, reading books, and not shaming reading books and wanting to be knowledgeable. And sufficiency of knowledge, I yield.
It's on. All righty. So on to the 14th, where after sunrise, after I go over the sunrise, my first 3 out of the 4 testimonies are prior to sunrise. And then 12 hours and looks like 7 minutes later, after those 3, we have a final aspect. So guys, we're here at 23 degrees, right? Gemini, 6 minutes. Very interesante to just kind of look at. 23 degrees is pertaining to Gemini. 23 degrees is faith, all right? It is also a military degree, and it affects the spine. So this might be a good day to, plan to have your chiropractic adjustments. Maybe you want to have those chiropractic adjustments on the 13th, because it's this energy is culminating to that point, or leading up to that point, applying, some will say, approaching the point that I'm speaking about right now. And it's just 6 minutes after 23 degrees. All righty. Which is kind of also interesting to look at for a bit, right? We could look at Mintaka, right? Which is Delta Orionis, the 4th brightest star in Orion, right? Deals with good fortune overall. It's a slightly variable double star, brilliant white, pale violet, it says, in Orion's belt. And the reason why I'm saying that the sun is kind of, coming up on that, it's at about 23 degrees, 20 minutes roughly, I'm going to say. And I know that's about 14 minutes away from where the sun is. But with that leading up to it, I'm thinking this would be a good time to, maybe schedule your chiropractic adjustments for then. All righty, which you may also recognize you may run into certain beings that have dealt with military in some way, shape, or form. Maybe your chiropractor used to serve in the military, so to speak. Maybe they did, some contracting, so to speak, with the Army and or Navy or Marines, as they say, right? So I would take a look at that, alrighty, as far as when it comes to the back. Very interesting too, with the sun under, Mercury's dispositorship overall. while Mercury is under Venus's dispositorship, which makes Mercury kind of, the final, dispositor here, because Leo is on third and fourth house cut. So make sure you definitely create a means to thoroughly communicate that which will have you be secure. All righty. With, what you're saying to the chiropractor. All right. Just be on, just really be honest, be open and honest. All right. And with that, I yield the floor. So one of my three testimonies that's prior to sunrise is Luna conjunct Jupiter. And with Luna conjunct Jupiter here, it's 6 degrees, 9 minutes. Look at that, brother Sean. 6 degrees, 9 minutes in Taurus, right? So we are clear.
Bro,
It's interesting because this is the degree of many enemies at 6 degrees Taurus. So the worst enemy you can have is those that are in yourself. So say that again.
I said the degree of secret supporters, right? If we want to say enemy, secret supporters.
Secret supporters, right? Technically, because it takes a lot of faith to hate. That means they believe in you the most. With Luna being final dispositor for Mars, which is ruling the ascendant, it's a little fascination and denial, when it comes to, valuing you. So ultimately, have no doubt, make sure your self-esteem is thoroughly intact. You may face a bit of a challenge, and have to allow yourself to allow that wounded healing to, propel you forward in your soul's destiny or out, just outside of your comfort zone, so that you can make sure out of whomever may disagree with you, you are not fulfilling yourself a prophecy that shows that you do not love yourself or not even a supporter of yourself. And with that, I yield the floor. Next is Luna sextile Saturn. Luna is clearly, this is a moon rise that's taking place here. So Luna is in the 12th. Under Jupiter and Neptune's dispositorship, Jupiter is there in the 12th, having its accidental dignity. All right. Sextiling Saturn. Saturn's there in the 11th, having accidental dignity itself under its own dispositorship, right? So it's not bad. So Saturn is kind of co-ruling with Neptune because it's final dispositor for Neptune, but because it's co-ruling, Neptune is co-ruling with Jupiter, who's ruling over the 12th. And that's the 12th is Saturn's joy. So Saturn 9 times out of 10 will be sharing some things to you that will allow yourself to have a more spiritual grounding with yourself. You may find yourself seeking others' opinion a lot less and trusting your own thinking way more. Therefore, instituting a mindset within yourself and a standing that's very transformative. People may not get it, but it will allow you to be able to collect what is necessary for you to have the growth that it is that you need. And with that, I yield the floor. My last pre-sunrise testimony is when Luna and Venus are having a quartile situation. So there's this challenge to overcome an obstacle and further stimulate your subconscious mind with some values that, kind of stem around creative communication. So I would say here, and it's interesting because Luna is dispositor for Venus here, while Venus is a dispositor for Luna. So what we can actually see here, there's kind of a mutual reception by dispositorship, if you would like to say, with Luna still in its exaltation sign. However, still in the 12th house, while Venus is in the 3rd. So they're 4 houses away from each other. I really think that this really deals with, because I see a theme already for this day, self-esteem. You need to estimate yourself much higher than you actually estimating people's doubt in you. Even estimating other people's doubt is a level of you doubting yourself. And I don't think that's very helpful. The fascination and denial that you're having there could be very bilious, all righty, full of bile, not good for the liver, so to speak. So what you have to do is be very fortunate in how you're going to activate the thinking that is necessary for you to be confident in yourself, and then further find the value where you can actually expand your subconscious mind and making the sudden changes necessary to be able to communicate yourself in a very meditative fashion. So even if you're around a crowd of people, maybe you have something that you can repeat to yourself within yourself that allows you to not sweat, quote unquote. And with that, I yield the floor. About 12 hours and 7 minutes after this particular aspect here, my final aspect is Luna Mars quartile. So Luna Martian quartile is taking place here. Luna is setting now. Look, it was a moon rise. Now it's a moon set, right? Luna is setting here, and it's still in the 7th house, while Mars is there in the 9th. They're both partile at 14 degrees, 39 minutes. Just Luna's in Taurus and Mars is in Leo. All right. These are fixed signs because we all know that the antitia to Leo is Taurus. All right. No, and Taurus's antitia is Leo. So what's actually happening here with just Venus, after we just went over this, and what's happening with Mars, there's a shadowing and a reflection pertaining to not only past life, but the transformations that are definitely necessary to kind of analyze. All righty, like there's some thorough analysis that needs to take place with, one's values and their heart. What have you been putting on the pedestal? Have you been activating means for yourself to put on the pedestal, a means for you to maybe gain some affection after doing some reading? All righty. Have you allowed yourself to do such a thing? Have you read some things and now you're instituting that within your own heart and find a means of affection that will be helpful to you? Are you allowing yourself to be fortunate and stable in this? Because now, people may see you taking on a quote unquote religious nature. However, what I would like to say here is really allow your active mind and the activities that you do, allow them to, partner, which may seem in a foreign fashion to others, because maybe you've been someone who's had a short fuse and a short temper. And now people see you being thoroughly patient and almost a little too understanding for their liking, because people are used to seeing you act a certain way. However, the actions that you're bringing now is a means to deny your lower self and be further fascinated with your higher mind and higher thinking so that you can be able to relate to others in a healthy fashion. With that, I yield the floor. Guys, I'd like to thank you for joining I and brother Sean Alim L for our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report. What we're going to do here is let you guys know. When you see these weather reports or any presentations that we're doing this with the motivation that, we see what the people need. First and foremost, we speak to Moorish Americans. And we thoroughly recognize Prophet Noble Drew Ali and his latent powers, which are abundant, that can be called as a matter of defense at any time. So with that being said, what we're not, looking forward to is, what we don't do is take advantage of beings that may not have come across what we've come across in our experiences. We're all different natal charts overall. And where we progress to by us being different natal charts, us manifesting at different times, quote unquote, what we're here to do is be able to assist you further in changing your literature. Our charge from Prophet Muhammad Ali is, in order to change the people, you must change their literature. All right. So with that being said, Brother Sean, do you have anything you'd like to share with our loved ones here?
Just peace and love to you all. Love yourself, study, and find a balance. Just take yourself serious. Really heal and move oneself from imposter syndrome. Yeah, I think that's it.
And be yourselves and
donate,
guys. All right. So with that being said, guys,
1 second. What I did was going to say was when I went in on Sunrise for what was my last one? Tuesday, right? I think there's going to be a lot of appreciation for writers, musicians, poets, movie script writers, because folks really don't realize, like, when we write reports, we can spend hours on a report, and when we give it, it's 15 minutes. It's like, yo, I really spent 2 hours to give it in 15 minutes. So
yes,
it's going to be a lot of new appreciation and respect for those who write your favorite TV shows, who write your favorite songs, even the ghostwriters. I think even the ghostwriters going to get that. So this literature, for those that actually write literature, not copy and paste everybody else's literature. But anyways, yeah, a literature appreciation.
Writing. Correct. Actual writing, right?
Like it's probably gonna be like a sale for some books on that day too, and I yield.
Indeed. Open 642 gave laughter. Brother 7 says Islam. Open 642 said true. Brother Jadon says Islam. Ken Folks and Gen V says exert reason, be prudent. As always, that is the resolution. And with that being said, guys,
who tonight's gonna be singing Avant? Because I know I'm about to be singing it now. I don't know why.
Yeah.
4 minutes.
You're hilarious.
Or good times. Good times.
You need some help, man. So, guys, no chill.
No chill.
On behalf of 7 Hill Star, Brother Corey Bay, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, Brother Ara Mwaba Bay, Brother Charlene L, and I, Brother Hassan Gazio Bay, we tell you all to rest and recharge well, have a great existence. And we are here to say to you, namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace and love.
See love.